So I decided to do a Q&A, which I did not film in time. But it's alright, because I'm filming it right now. I made this post right here about me asking you to ask me some questions. I think we should get into the video. Dream life after college. Like job, where do you want to live, etc. I know for sure after college I want to be able to write, hopefully get something published, maybe a book of poetry. I'm taking a poetry class, so hopefully I can make something, develop something throughout that class this semester, and hopefully, you know, maybe ask my professor if he can help me, you know, getting something published. Dream life. I mean, I would like to work at a magazine company someday. And I know it's kind of like a dreamy answer, but I want to be able to be my own boss someday. I feel like that's what everybody wants. But I kind of just want to work for a magazine company and, you know, develop something, or maybe have my own magazine company that talks about like art, political issues, young adults and literature, music, music especially. Yeah, I think that's what I can think of right now. Also, I want to continue writing in my blog. Where do I want to live? I mean, Texas is cool. I do like living in Austin, but I mean, someday moving to California would be cool, or going to New York. I don't know, I like California. I've been there a couple of times. I think right now, after college, I'd rather just settle down in Austin. What do you find yourself worrying about as you start a new year of school? Sometimes I worry about money. Since I'm an English major, I have to buy a lot of books, so that's a lot, you know, down the drain. I feel like my motivation, I worry about whether or not I'll have motivation for the start of a new school year. This semester though, like my classes are amazing. I only have classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Monday, Wednesday I have a running class, which is great, but I think actually I worry about registering for the next school year. Like that's my scariest thing, because I have like kind of like a scholarship and other things, so it's dependent on whether or not I get the right classes, and that just like gets me really worried. In one semester I was technically not even enrolled because the freaking website glitched. I clicked and I said yes, I accept, I enrolled, whatever, and it didn't go through. And so I'm just always afraid whether or not I am actually registered for a class. What are some things I'm excited for the school year? I'm really excited for my creative writing poetry class. I'm so excited for my running class. I've been wanting to run. I mean, I run on my own, but I've been wanting to get a class that gives me an incentive to run, so that's really great. I'm gonna be so in shape. Also, all the concerts that I'm going to go to. Will not go to ACL, but I'm going to many concerts that individual artists are doing. When or how did you figure out what you wanted to study in college / do as a job? Well, I was a music major when I first came in, and I didn't really enjoy it after a while. It made my love for music become a chore. I don't know, I also felt not prepared, you know, for the music theory and all that stuff. I feel like if you are going to go into music and you're not an instrumentalist, you're a vocalist, you should really consider taking music theory classes, because it will be hard once you go into college. Yeah, that's one thing. I loved my professors. They were really great. I loved choir, but I always knew deep down inside I loved writing. I loved English. I love English and writing, and I think when, you know, since I like started doing my blog a lot more often, and like I had a keen eye for it, you know, designing things for that. I was just like, I think this is something I want to do. I really loved writing poetry, and I remember since I was like little, I would make pretend books and I would pretend publish them and give them to my grandma. I think that's when I realized, once I, you know, noticed how kind of unhappy I was my freshman year. And I tried really hard. I always went to office hours. I wanted to do the best I can, but the fact that I wasn't enjoying it told me and gave me a red flag that, you know, I shouldn't, you know, be in this major, and I should probably change my major. And that's why I got into English and creative writing. So that's how I figured it out. How do you stay in shape in college? The thing about college is sometimes you never have enough time to eat. And that's not good. That's not healthy. Let's see. I run. Honestly, guys, like, running is such a wonderful way to exercise. A lot of people don't like running, and you know, it's not necessarily like running, it's the cardio that like keeps me in shape. That's how like I train my muscles, and I do weights now and then. I try to like exercise at least 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Also try to cook, and if you don't cook as often, and if you live in the dorm, like, I'm so sorry, but if you do eat out, try to portion your sizes when you eat out. Eat slowly when you eat out. Don't drink anything else but water. Really look at your schedule and make the time to exercise. And if you can't do that by yourself, you know, make sure you have someone else that's like, oh, can I go with you? And then that way you can't say like no. And yeah, having a partner with you really helps out with running. Or not running, just exercising in general. Clothes shopping on a college budget. Recently I started thrifting more and not buying from like fast fashion brands. I watched a movie called The True Cost. Yeah, I recommend to watch it. I'm just trying to be more ethical with my shopping. I love shopping. I have a lot of clothes too. And I think, yeah, recently I've just buying a lot of stuff from Buffalo Exchange. I don't know if it's a good brand exactly to shop from, but it is a thrift store. So I'd rather, you know, support that. And also, what's the point of having so much and so many options when you can just have the right amount of options and the right amount of clothing that you need to wear? Like, there's no reason to buy excessively. I try to like stay under a certain amount that I'll like buy. So like under $50, under $70 worth of clothing. How do you break out of your shell for college? I think I'm very introverted, and I would just recommend joining clubs. So it took me a long time to figure out what kind of club I want to join, but I'm going to join a running club. Also, just like talk, you know, I think I started talking more to people, starting conversations. I introduced myself to people. Also in class, like, I would talk more, and if I saw someone in one of my classes who happens to be in another class of mine, I'll talk to them, ask about their major and things like that. I guess staying friendly is what really will just bring myself out of my own shell. How do you get into music, and what inspires you the most when it comes to it? Which performance of yours was your favorite? I guess I would just have to start with my mom and dad and my grandma. They would always play music for me when I was a child. What inspires me the most when it comes to it has to do with sound, like how exactly the music makes me feel through the sound. Also, it's the lyrics, and me being a writer, And I just love the lyrics when it comes to music. The Alto's Lament. I don't have a clip of that. Oh, and I loved playing, yeah, so I've been in musical theater stuff in high school. That was a long time ago. I really liked being, what's her name? Marcy Parks. Yes, from the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. How do you find new music? So on Spotify, there's this thing called Discover Weekly. It's a auto-generated playlist through Spotify from like related artists that you already listen to. Usually I'll just go to my own favorite artist and I go to related artists and I listen to a couple of new people, you know, recent albums that come out, and I'll listen to a first couple of songs. What do you listen for in new songs you hear? So I really focus on the instrumentation of the music. I love hearing a good bass, so I focus on the bass a lot. What's your skincare routine? I guess a lot of water. I also clean my face in the morning and after at night. So in the morning I clean it with actually Glossier's jelly cleanser. Not a lot of people like it. It's done wonders for my skin. Sometimes I go in and out of certain cleansers, so I'll do my Clarisonic cleanser. If I'm in the shower, I'll do my Glossier cleanser. Okay, just to let you guys know what I use, so you can see what I use. So I'll do the Glossier cleanser. This is my second one, so this can tell you right now that I really liked it. OC cleanser. I got this in a little bundle for Folian. That one works really great too. I use a toner. This is Indie Lee. It's like a little travel size toner. I either put the Aveeno Clear Complexion. This one has SPF. Gotta stay healthy on the skin and protect it from sunspots. And instead of using that one, I'll switch to Ursa Major Fortifying Face Balm. This one's really good. I really like this one. Yeah. So if you want to know more about the if you want to know more about these brands, just go online to Folian, and I actually got like hand soap from there, Folian, in their little packet. This is not sponsored by Folian. It would be great. It'd be so great if I was sponsored, but it's not. Yeah, I really like those products. They're non-toxic and they're cruelty-free, and they're I'm just trying to go more into like the eco-friendly system here. Trying to make an impact in the world. How did you grow your hair so fast? It just does by itself. I don't have a secret to that. When you're feeling sad, what do you like to do to make yourself feel better? Music. So I listen to music. Or I try to learn a new song on my guitar. Or I sing. Sometimes like I'll just miss the day if I feel really sad. I try not to do that, but always be preoccupied, you know, occupied in your mind to keep the sad thoughts away from me. Or I go read some really cute comics on Instagram. I forgot what his name is, but I'll put his name right there. I read his comics and they just make me feel so much better. Are there any books that you've read that are really important to you that have to do with confidence or body image? No, I haven't read any books recently about that, sadly. I do want to read some books about body confidence. I want to read more self-help books. I will have the time for that. Currently I'm reading 8 novels for a class. If you want a video about that, let me know in the comments or Instagram, just let me know. I think that is all the questions that you guys have for me. So, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. You learned a little more about me. I don't even remember what I just answered for you guys. If there's anything else you guys want me to record, do, talk about, if you have more questions, just let me know in the comments below. Or you can go to my Instagram. I have a personal one and I have a blog one. Don't forget to go to my blog and subscribe to holliesongbird.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was not boring. Now I should probably do some homework.